Okay, and we're back. Alright, so hello everyone, this is Flashing Fire once again with another Project M match analysis video. This one was basically by request from Yink, the snake featured here. He's up against Big E, the Meta Knight player. This is from the SoCal Arcadian, which was pretty awesome, by the way. You guys should check that out. Really cool event, Pokemon themed. I enjoyed it quite a bit. And here we have, again, Yink requested this, and I'm getting around to going over it a bit late. Apologize for that, Yink. But, yeah, I don't think I really have a whole lot to say as far as the introduction. I've taken some notes, and I'll say things as they happen. But, yeah, here we go. Snake Meta Knight. Probably a Meta Knight favorite matchup, but the punish is brutal on both sides, so.
Wow, already.
Oh, okay, that was kind of interesting. So right away, okay, so Big E's like starting to spam down tilt pokes and see what he can do. And Yink gets a good downer, and then he misses this stick right here, and that's kind of a big deal actually. We'll see in a little bit. But then he jab resets him, and like Yink looks pretty smooth right now.
Oh my god!
Doing a really good job. And then kind of misses that up. If he had drifted onto the platform, he could have tech chased Big E from the platform instead of having to jump up.
So brutal.
He gets a couple nair hits and then a back air, but like not quite optimal. And then you can see the C4 is still on the ground, and Meta Knight's off here on the left. And it's at this point that if I were Yink, I would detonate that thing. It's not doing me a whole lot good there.
Has the stick on the middle of the stage, so
it's sort of a weird edge card. Yes, he like.
Stick on the middle of the stage. So
okay, so Big E goes top platform, and then Yink gets the up B and shoot pushes him, and this would be like a perfect time to have that sticky available and just, you know, turn around, stick and be cheeky about it, and then suddenly Meta Knight's at kill percent on the top platform against Snake, and the Snake is in crouch cancel percent. So just think about getting rid of that C4 when it's not being useful.
Stick on him in that combo.
Yeah.
Silver lining.
So now he gets rid of it, and that was kind of risky, but Big E sort of hasn't done a whole lot. He's sort of just been getting comboed for a while.
What a silver lining.
So back here, and then, okay, so the Sedge Guard is set up. Yink decides to plant a mine.
Even need it.
And then, yeah, little tech flub, and Machiavelli comments that was weird. I think he meant to just ledge dash, or sorry, wave dash to ledge. Ends up just kind of rolling away, and then Big E actually has a nice little edge cancel here.
Big E.
And then, yeah, dash attack in the wrong direction. I guess just some, you can actually see Yink smiling in the player cam here. I think he's just made a few, like, small little tech errors, and he even realizes it. But, you know, those are important. If Yink had been able to force Big E to do a different recovery instead of just letting him have ledge, he might have gotten a kill. You know, so if you got like a few minutes for hand warmers, there was some time before this set where they were just warming up. You know, practice that maybe. Just wave dash, sorry, plant a mine, wave dash to ledge, roll on, or like full hop after planting the mine and then grab ledge if you want to time the invincibility differently. So yeah, just make sure those excuse me, those things are solid.
In the crew battle and got super destroyed.
All right, fishing for back airs here. So yeah, Yink, he already got a few back airs, and now he's fishing for a few more, but it doesn't look like that's entirely working.
Everybody versus
gets a CC stick. That's kind of smart, but
pretty much. Big E
oh, just wow, that actually kills. That was kind of lucky. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, there was
So he's fishing now, and Meta Knight can actually grab you for this, but he just CC sticks.
This is San Diego crew battle.
What happened?
And then
pretty much
breaks out with a cipher, and then just barely kills.
All four of his stocks, and he's
a little bit sloppy, but it works, you know.
Yeah, something like that.
Okay, Meta Knight's pretty fast.
Who won?
Everybody else won by 3 stocks.
Oh, yep, Meta Knight.
Or 4, I forget.
And then, ooh, that was kind of awkward.
Everybody else won by
so dimensional cape, okay.
Stocks,
I think Yink might have lost his jump. Let me try to see if that happened.
Who won?
Okay.
Everybody else won by
Yeah. See the double jumping there? Yink jumped. Did not expect the combo to extend, which, is, if the Meta Knight hasn't really caped you yet, you might be sort of off guard. But now he's demonstrated he knows how to instant dimensional cape, and Yink has lost his
3
jump.
stocks, I think.
All right.
So that explains why he just kind of sinks with a grenade here. I would actually like to see him throw the grenade, just kind of lob it, don't like throw it at the stage really hard. Just do like the neutral lob right around here, and then that sort of would cover this arc and put an explosion here and make it a little difficult.
I
But
forget.
he just kind of bounces it against the stage and it blows up there kind of uselessly. And then
So pretty
he
It ended up
misses
being Nino versus
his
Maddox.
recovery, and yeah, he sort of shakes his head. So just a few errors on recovery there. Yeah, maybe, I don't know, just beware of when your jump is gone. And like he might have been, I can't entirely tell for sure, but the grenade throw was kind of suspect in the recovery. Well, it didn't work. He died.
At the very end?
So
Why does it always end with that?
okay, and then you're invincible.
Or 4, I forget.
Why are you throwing a
Pretty
grenade
much
there,
it ended
Yink?
up being Nino versus Maddox at the very end.
Okay, so come down, turn and pull a grenade.
Why
I
does it
don't
always-
entirely like that choice when you're invincible. Maybe like set a mine and start some pressure while you have those iframes. But
Always end with that.
I don't know.
It's ended like that
Okay.
twice.
But it's actually even right now.
so the down
Yeah.
tilts,
That's
Yink on a
that's impressive.
platform.
Yeah, that's impressive.
Oh, okay,
considering
kinda
how rough it started off.
gets
with.
a-
I think it's looking really like on point right now.
Ooh, okay, and this, I'm actually not sure if that spiked or not. The angle was kind of straight down. Let's see, what led to that? Okay, so Yink gets the counter hit
Considering
Cypher
how
into a couple
rough
up
it started off
airs.
with. Yink is looking really like
And then, okay, a good Dacus here.
on point right now.
And then,
Yeah. Oh, that's a spike.
I'm not
He's
sure if that
moving
was a
so
spike.
fast.
Yeah.
J-Fall seemed to think
It's
so, but
weird because Snake actually isn't
it's
very
tough.
good. At
Okay, yeah, and now we begin to see.
Yeah. It's so weird because
Okay, so Yink is above the Meta Knight. He went on a platform, so he got caught, misses an L
Actually,
cancel, and then okay, so when Meta Knight uppers you here,
isn't very,
shield dropping is actually not the correct response. It's tempting, but Meta Knight's up air is too quick, and you'll just eat another hit like that. So he'll be able to put out another up air, another nair, just kind of a lot of things before you can really react to it. So you either have to be patient and stay in shield, especially if he's like spaced the arrow well, or maybe you can up B out, but it's tricky because that's pretty difficult pressure to deal with, honestly.
good at approaching. So like when
Okay.
you see like a
Yeah, then that was
Snake actually isn't very good at approaching.
yeah. Don't that was kind of a bad dare. Maybe just wiggle out or pull a grenade or Cypher. Dare, not the best choice.
So like when you see like a Snake just like
Okay,
closing
retreating
space and encroaching
fair.
on
That's
you,
kind of questionable, but
it just,
oh,
like,
that
look-
was probably a mistake. I can only imagine that shield grab was a mistake.
Snake just like closing space.
Okay, so again, the response to pressure here is to get on a platform,
And
and then yeah, I'm guessing that was a mistake. Wave dash off the platform and dare might be a better option, or wave dash off an air.
approaching.
Yeah, dare probably would have caught him actually, but
on
Anyway.
you, it just like looks super.
So,
like,
quick combo.
gnarly.
What is
recover
that?
high.
It's like trying.
He does a late grenade pull.
It just like looks super.
You can
like,
actually
What is
you
happening?
can pull the grenade about here instead of waiting all this time for the Cypher to get released. Because if you
gnarly. It just like looks super.
recovery is kind of a
gnarly.
big thing against Meta Knight, because chances are like Meta Knight's good enough at getting Snake off stage that you're going to be spending a lot of time like in this situation.
What is
So if you pull a grenade like right about here and B reverse it and then just go this way, you can just drift back to stage.
It's like trying
Instead
to
of
like.
taking another hit like this.
freaking you out?
Yeah, not a terrible recovery. I kind of like this mix-up with the turnaround grenade pull, even though like it's it's funny how he actually manages to avoid. So he pulls the grenade and it starts up a little bit high around his elbow, and the down tilt goes under that, and then the grenade drops, and Meta Knight nairs over the grenade, and that, I don't know, that's, to me, that's really funny. Big E just kind of got lucky there, but the grenade does not explode until there. Okay, weak backer. Okay, yeah.
Oh.
And then a little late on the grab.
Yeah, Yink
Ooh,
is looking
weird
on
up tilt. Bad fair. So this is sort of a theme that I saw. Anytime Yink approaches with a forward air, it's generally a bad idea. Let's see, this is... I'm going to keep a tally of how many forward airs. This is going to be great. So one bad forward air. I'm writing it down.
Looking on point.
Okay, and now he's in this situation, and that... okay, I can see how that's a little tricky to cover the platform mix-up, but could have stickied or downward,
Big E
maybe.
is clearly figured out.
Another bad forwarder. I apologize if I sound gleeful when I say bad forward air, but it is kind of funny to me.
He's clearly.
Yeah, so instead, I should be constructive. I shouldn't just say bad forward air and laugh at you. I should suggest things to do instead. So, back up just a tad. Okay. So you just Dakist and now you're in shield. Generally, I think the easiest, the least committal thing to do here is wave dash away. You could like wave dash forward, jab or grab if you're feeling antsy, or sorry, gutsy, but that nair does not have a whole lot of landing legs, so I would just probably wave dash back here.
Clearly figured out.
Yeah, and then that forward air gets punished. Grenade placement. Once again, you have a decent amount of control over where this grenade goes when you get hit off stage. So double jump, grenade pull. He opts for the hard throw, it kind of sails under. It's not a terrible toss. If Meta Knight was standing there instead of jumping over, it wouldn't be bad, but maybe consider the normal lob too. And then this, I think this Cypher is a bit early for my liking. The trajectory, it looks like he's not going to sweet spot very well. Yeah, and then he sort of... Yeah, because his trajectory is kind of early, and Biggie has timed his invincibility for that trajectory, he's forced to blow himself up. And then I assume he meant to B-reverse this into this stage. Yeah, which... yeah, the question of what to do after you tech the stage is kind of an interesting one as Snake, but the result of this is that he has to blow himself up again, and he eats an air. So he takes a lot of damage. Let's see, how much damage could he have possibly avoided here?
Yeah.
So he has to deal, a bit there. He's at 119. Messes this up.
What?
Yeah, he takes like 28 damage for that. And that's going to rack up. Snake's definitely kill percent now. Instead of B-reverse Cypher, it's a little tricky. I like to go for B-reverse grenade if I get the wall, if I choose to wall tech jump. Otherwise, in that situation when the opponent has like timed their invincibility in that way,
Figured out a lot about how he wants to play this match.
I would probably just do a regular stage tech. And yeah, because if you do a regular stage check here and just quick little uppy sweet spot, then you're on the ledge and you should be fine. Or at least you're on the ledge, which is not off stage. It's not great, but it's a step toward being on stage. And again, I can only... He was ready with the uppy, which suggests that he meant to B-reverse it, but could have been tech flub. I don't know.
What?
I guess
Okay.
it didn't.
Again, this lob sort of... He keeps throwing it hard into stage instead of just kind of gently lobbing it, and I would like to see more lobs because that could limit the ways that Biggie could take ledge. Sort of give him more to think about. Because that grenade is basically out of play at this point.
He didn't want to use the first.
Okay, he's got to come back. Biggie actually has an interesting way to cover that. I don't know if that was intentional or not.
Dude, I feel
And now...
he's at that.
Okay, let's see. That was decent.
Since the last time they did it.
We're all the way back here, yeah.
What?
This is going to be a very in-depth analysis if you haven't been able to tell already.
I guess he didn't.
You didn't want to use the
Okay, so the first one, that would actually be a great time for the wall jump tech beer versus grenade. Because instead of like teching and hitting the ledge and being around here for a while, and then Mennonite sort of is able to threaten that with the up B loop, then you're like bouncing off and going up here and landing on stage and stuff with the grenade, which is helpful. So that's a thing you could do when Mennonite has decided to go this low for whatever reason.
use the first.
Okay. Yeah, doing the beer versus grenade might put you like slightly above where Mennonite is. Just a thought. Okay. Things to think about.
Let me try it again.
Dude, I feel like he's at that point where he's running.
Okay,
at a
finally gets the
cipher.
stage, and bad downer, I think.
The first up, he's like, that one wasn't good enough. Let me try it again.
Dude, I feel like he's at that point where he's running at a cipher.
Okay, so you wave land on, and then downer. I guess, did you mean to back air? I'm not sure, but downer is kind of an odd choice for where Mennonite was. You could just take center stage. That's another option instead of attacking right there. But
people don't
okay.
Some people may not realize it.
So the downers. Okay, a little bit of a nod from me. I think he realizes that the downers were sort of his undoing there.
Snake Cypher actually decays the number of times that he uses it.
Yeah.
Okay, that was pretty good grenade toss there. So this time, again, like I sort of criticized him for coming down and like throwing a grenade with invincibility earlier, and I still don't entirely agree with the choice. But in this case, you know, he gets a nice little grenade explosion, and this sets up a platform tech chase. And here we come to the third bad forward, which is okay. So like, it's a read on a. It's a read, but it won't get you much, is like the reason this is a bad forward error. Even if it had hit, it would have done, you know, like 15%, and then Mennonite would have been sort of off stage, but ultimately not in that bad of a spot. I think what you do here,
the number of times that
get this nice juice grenade,
Yeah.
you just stay here. Or either you stay on the platform and wait for the tech tap to happen and then stick him, or you jump up with like a nair or down air and combo into grab.
By like 20.
Maybe. I don't know if there was enough time for that actually.
Decays the number of times that he uses it.
Yeah.
Yeah, full hop nair might have connected. But you could have had a sticky is the point. And instead you're just kind of here. So think about that.
20%. So after you use like 5 or
and
something,
yeah, Mennonite multi jumps just kind of jumps away.
But yeah, big
Two Changs. Remembering he can shoot Trang darts.
That big edge guard was able to kind of even it up.
All right, yeah, both Mennonite, tough place to be.
Yeah,
Probably
really
just
nice.
DI out there.
He's off stage, he's gigantic,
Make him
going.
as
Anytime he tried to squeeze by,
you know,
gigantic
as little comfortable as possible. And
Snake
now,
actually is a character
yeah, Downer is not going to do the trick against Mennonite. You got to do other stuff. You got to, you know, pull a grenade, shield drop, Velox drop, do something, go to a top platform, wave dash to, I don't know, go to ledge, just instead of trying to like brute force your way through Mennonite, which is probably not going to work because he has a sword, got to do some sort of grenade trixies or move away.
Snake actually is a character that
Or shield drop, but again, that's difficult to do against like Mennonite up air and stuff. Yeah. So again, we're back to this situation with the recovery.
with juggle moves and getting back down to stage.
Okay, that's a very well executed grenade pull actually.
Snake actually is a character that it's hard for him to
That was not a great sweet spot, but
to deal with juggle moves and getting
that was very well timed. He sneaks just beneath. It's like a little Teals back air. Shout out to Teals. But
back down to
this is
stage.
really well done. And the roll is questionable, but it sort of works out. Wave dash is what I would prefer to see him do.
It depends
But
on the amount of disjoint, because I know when
okay, sort of suspect DI, but he's living.
He's gotta be.
And then okay, this talking more about
Oh, he
recoveries.
took his jump.
Okay, so Big E is doing the thing where he's going to grab ledge and he's going to do an aerial after grabbing ledge invincibly. So he's sort of warming up to the snake edge guarding scenario thing. He's done it a little bit before. The last nair sent Yink actually to the left, which sort of saved him. But in this situation, so Yink opts to, I think this is a good choice to put the C4 down here. And then, so a mix-up you can do here is instead of DIing to the stage, where the opponent is waiting to get off the ledge with an invincible attack, you don't DI, you go straight up. You go like right here, and you give yourself another chance to recover high or mix up by going low. So you don't always have to attack the stage like at this percent. You've got plenty of room vertically, and it's something to try. It has worked for me before. Your up B is not very stale, so you can go a decent distance before like doing the little mix-up. You can go high and then like B reverse C4, go to the right, B reverse grenade, get back on stage, go to the left. Like you have options when you put yourself really high like that. In this case, nair. Okay.
For a while.
And then, yeah, again, the hard grenade lob to the stage just kind of doesn't do a whole lot from that distance. So maybe try lobbing. And then, yeah, that either. So this wall jump tech cipher thing doesn't seem to be working very well. I would try to maybe just be reverse grenade. That's a bit simpler, or just regular tech it. I think Yink is getting some flip. It's the wall jump tech B reverse cipher, which can work pretty nicely when it works. But if this is the second time that Yink has sort of just had to blow himself up again because it didn't work. So it's good to try cool things and such, but it's also important to know what you can do consistently and implement that.
Dude,
okay.
Is this guy just
gets back to
comboing
stage?
himself?
Yeah, I don't know why he does it.
Third train dart.
Time.
Weird. Oh, that's kind of weird. Flop downer landing interrupt thing.
Is this guy just comboing
So he's down tilting.
him?
Nair rolls away. Okay. I'm nitpicking way too much. Okay.
No.
Yeah, I don't know why he does it like the second time. It seems like he would
Bad forwarder. Bad forwarder. Make another tally.
have it the
Keep
first
going.
time.
Here's a question.
Okay,
If
he's
you
living.
damage yourself with the C4, does that count as damage done for you?
Yep. Okay. So yeah, a lot of this game has just been Yink in a bad position trying to get back on stage, and so I'm trying to like point out little things in his recovery that he could be doing a lot better, as far as like the intensity at which he lobs grenades, the way he tries to implement like options out of the cipher tech, maybe just not DIing at certain percents and like going high instead of teching the stage, because currently the basic Meta Knight game plan of grab ledge and nair has basically succeeded, and you want to try to make the Meta Knight work harder than that.
On the damage given screen?
Okay,
That's a good
Yink continues to
question. I
pull
don't know.
grenades when he's invincible.
Because like Yink is just farming damage given right now.
I'm not sure I like that choice. And here is another example of.
I don't know.
Because like
Alright,
Yink
let's
is
see.
just
So
farming
he's-
damage
that
given
was a weird
right
track.
now.
Maybe
So he gets
it's
this hit. Missed out cancel, but yeah, that's not a huge deal. And then, so Big E is way off on the top left here, and Yink is on the top platform, and he kind of just burns time by pulling a grenade and catching it here, when he could have like been on this platform ready to put on some edge guard pressure by now. And he kind of throws a grenade that doesn't really do much, and then he's in center stage,
Receive
and
the damage.
Big E
There's
just
no
kind
other
of
move that
takes
makes
his
you
time
receive
getting
the
back
damage
on, though.
quite
He doesn't. Big E doesn't do a great job of
You definitely receive
capitalizing
the
on the time he's given. He does like a slow get up
There is
and
no other
then
move that makes you receive
whiffs some
the
up
damage
airs and
quite
gets
like
grabbed
that.
and stuff.
Oh, off the top.
Also, I will tally a good forward air for the one that put him on the ground.
There is no other
Yes, that we'll call it a good forwarder. We'll give him that.
The move
Oh
that
my
makes you
goodness.
receive the damage quite like that.
And then this
Oh.
kills as
Off
he
the
reloads.
top.
Okay.
Yeah, Biggie was actually in the
So
lead
so
here
far
for a while.
it's still pretty even.
As
Yeah.
last stock goes.
I think
And
it's
then
like,
he gets
'cause
that hit
when-
with the C4.
Yeah, Biggie was
It's
actually
one of
in
the Snake's
lead for
better
a
ways to
while.
like wait out invincibility. You just go high and then like drop an explosive, stall out a
Last
cipher.
stock goes.
You could actually probably back air here, get some more percent instead of pulling this grenade.
I think it's like because when Yink does damage,
And
he does it
then-
kind of. I don't know. When
Okay.
Yink does damage, he does
Still
it in
trying to
bursts,
figure out how to get
because
down.
it's all juggles, you know.
He's-
Not necessarily
yeah.
true combos, but it's hard for Snake to get down, especially
Yeah.
against Meta Knight with the disjoint and stuff on the.
Yeah, and
upper
J Falls is even
Really
commenting
tight up
on
there.
how hard it is
Not
for Snake to
too
get
smart.
down, and we're back to this. You know,
Not even
it's
attempting anymore.
just a whole lot of the
Trying to
game
get
spent
over.
off stage.
Oh,
Oh.
that might have worked.
Okay, that's a bad fair, and I'll explain why. So
He's not even attempting anymore.
this happens.
He's just trying to get over him.
Biggie messes up. Okay,
Oh.
so you're Snake.
Oh.
You know what is Meta Knight going to do here? But
Fighting it
Biggie.
off.
up B on stage.
He's not even attempting anymore. He's just trying to get
And
over
you know,
him.
the moment he sort of gets to this position, and you can see him like burn a jump down there, you can basically, you basically know what he's going to do. You can start thinking about how you're gonna respond to the up B, as soon as like you see this position happening.
Oh, that.
And so Yink goes forward, and he decides to do 13%.
Oh.
And and he gets another bad forwarder. He thinks he's me against Machiavelli, I guess. But instead of the forwarder, by the way, he doesn't die.
Oh, dangerous.
Let's resolve that real quick. Okay, he doesn't die down there, but Trank is what I would probably do. That's probably the safest way. You don't have to contend with the up B hitbox that way. You just Trank, and then you choose your punish. You stick him, you grab him, you down him. Yeah, it's low percent, so you might opt for downer into grab, into stick. So maybe that's like the stuff you want, because you know at that positioning, if you grab
Have worked.
Meta Knight, if you grab Meta Knight where you're standing instead of that forwarder that just kind of doesn't combo, you can get like up throw, sticky, tech chase on the platform, maybe regrab. A lot is open to you when you have Meta Knight grabbed in that position. So,
Uh-oh.
all right,
dangerous.
we
Oh, I
good
thought
not
he
to
was
just
gonna
like
cancel his up B
try to
there.
sweet spot and
Oh,
then
yeah,
get ledge
just
hogged and die
snag
there.
it.
Yeah. That
Uh,
would've killed him.
Downer.
Oh, okay, B reverse stick.
So he gets the stick.
But that would have killed him.
Hold on, back up a little bit. I don't think Big E reacted
up B there.
phenomenally
Oh,
to
yeah,
this
just a snag it.
this downer here. All he had to do was like short hop and air, and he did that earlier in the game, I think, and that killed Yink at some point. But you know, this time it works,
Yeah.
so we'll take it.
that
Downer
would
grab
killed
pretty
him.
good. I like that. But you could nair grab or downer grab. Yeah, that leads into up throw sticky instead of this up air thing. Granted, a lot of people would just shield in that situation, in which the sticky into like hitboxes is a decent plan, but something to keep in mind as far as like sometimes I'll see a situation and the choice you made wasn't necessarily bad, but there was another way you could have like extended further. And so in this situation, like sticking them is not necessarily a bad choice there, but if you get like an extension into a grab on that platform, now you get even more damage. Maybe it's a tech on the top platform, and maybe you get up to fair after that tech chase. You know, it's like as long as you keep on like grabbing him, then you have a lot of control. If you go for the sticky, you're pretty much like deciding that your combo is basically over in most situations. So, moving on.
Oh, okay, B reverse stick, but
So he's
it's just
stuck.
the up B.
I think he messed up that,
Yeah,
that
the
juggle
jump.
there.
And then that's actually a pretty neat mix-up, like choosing that time to detonate the C4.
Okay, B reverse stick, but
'Cause
it's
if
just
you
the
look
up
here-
B.
I think he messed up that,
Yeah,
that
the
juggle
jump.
there.
Biggie like shields for a second, like sort of expecting the down B, and then like tries to jump out or wave dash towards center stage, I guess, and then he blows him up. And Yink actually sticks him here, but I think down air is the better choice. Just drop to the platform, down air, you bring him all the way back down, you grab him, or you do another down air. Bunch more percent, follow up into sticky, into platform tech chase potentially. Like, there's a lot of situations where you can get that up throw pop up, and then like full hop sticky, and they'll still be forced to tech on the platform. And that's the kind of situation that Yink really hasn't been like exploiting on this stage, which is a really big boon to Snake in this matchup. When you can get a stick, and they're not in a position to counter hit you, that's like a huge plus. In this situation, he is in a position to counter hit, and Yink would have had to like shield. I think he had time to shield in this situation.
My goodness,
But ultimately,
Oh, it's off the top!
he gets carried off the top,
So close.
and that's the end of game
Could've gone
one.
either way.
I was all like,
Yeah.
hey, look at this zesty fact. Eevee's genetic code is unstable.
By the way, update on the forward air counter.
Eevee, the
I have
Pokemon.
one good forward air listed, the one that
Well,
um,
cancer doesn't affect the genetic
led to
code.
a tech chase that Yink then
it
capitalized by grabbing
Yeah,
him and throwing
your
into a mine.
DNA messes up, and you
And
decide
I have
to
6
playing
bad
Vaporeon.
forward airs tallied.
And then turn into a Vaporeon.
So, major takeaways from game one. Recovery mix-ups, I think, need some work as far as choices and consistency. A few tech clubs toward the beginning, always annoying, but you just gotta warm up and iron those out. Yeah, try to think more about how you come down. Don't rely on dare, especially when there's a disjoint. You might sometimes be able to like get a mix up with like you double jump and then your opponent expects you to land a certain place, but you like cipher real quick and then fast fall down there. That can work sometimes, but that's sort of an Azer trick. You burn your double jump as a bait and then use your cipher as kind of a third jump, but that can be risky. Anyway, and then forward airs in places where there should not be forward airs. Those are big opportunity costs. So, moving on to game two. And so, yeah, game one, it looked like Biggie was sort of unsure about a lot of things, and he was still figuring out what to
Aloha
do
snack bar.
in the matchup. Like trying things out. I guess Yink and Biggie played
All right,
early
we're
in a crew
taking it to
battle,
a
and
stage
Yink
with
did
a
pretty
much
well.
lower ceiling.
So
I'm
maybe
not sure
Biggie's
if
like
that's super
figuring
good
some
for
things
this
out.
matchup, 'cause I
In
feel
this
like
game,
Biggie
he
was
generally
just
looks a
up
lot
top
more
based
confident about
off
what he's doing.
Really? What's
So
his
he's out
name?
spacing Yink here,
I mean, at the very end.
and he's already off stage. So this is a very good spot for Meta Knight, especially considering like the fact that Biggie got so much mileage game one out of Yink being off stage. It's a very good game plan to just like throw Snake, Dimensional Cape, just have him off stage. Even though he's only done 42%,
Yeah, I
And, like,
noticed that
he
one
can
in
rack
red.
up a lot more here.
I think that was also in part
Okay.
due
Yep,
to
see?
the top
Almost
half
doubles
of
his
the
percent.
battle.
That's true.
And wow, that's actually a really good up air to be that grenade pull. And so, actually, the next level of Snake landing
Also in
tech.
part due to the top platform in Battlefield.
So he pulls a grenade. So level 1 is just like pull grenade, shield, pray. Like hope they attack you and beat up and stuff like that. Level 2, you can like turn the grenade around so that the grenade is closer to your opponent when the attack, which Yink does. Level 3 is, this is sort of arbitrary, but how I'm ranking them with levels. But level 3, you reverse grenades and stuff like that. Level 4, you pull a grenade and you Velox drop. And Yink, I know you know what a Velox drop is, but for those unaware, Snake can do this thing where if he pulls a grenade and lands on a platform, you can buffer the shield input, just be holding shield while you're in the air. It doesn't do anything while you have the grenade pulled in the air. And you tap down a little bit before you hit the platform, and essentially what it does is it buffers a shield drop. So you land on the platform, or you essentially fake landing on the platform like grenade and being scared and shield, but you actually have in mind of dropping, like, you actually want to drop through the platform and then maybe like attack with down air or back air. Or even like double jump wave land to the platform, grab a grenade, run away, do something else, throw it. But it's another mix-up that can throw people off guard, and like they expected a Snake to just kind of sit there and cower with his explosive and eventually blow up, but instead he comes down with a back air and kicks you in the face. So that's an idea.
True, so
Without that there, it's going to be a little hard
Okay.
to actually juggle up that high.
to get those kills, that makes
Yeah.
sense.
That roll was a bit bit scared looking.
Without that there, it's going to be a little harder to actually juggle up that
Okay.
high.
To get those kills. That
So Yink sees the double jump, and he might have meant to wave dash towards center stage. That's a tech flub that can happen sometimes. You don't quite get your jump input, and then it reads a roll when you try to air dodge diagonally. So that's a possibility of what's happening here. But wave dash towards center stage, I think, is a good idea with the platform covering you, especially.
makes
Yeah.
sense.
Otherwise, he's definitely
That Dacus was kind of suspect. He was, if the opponent is in the air and you're trying to Dacus, they should either be very high above you, or like it should be like Luigi with low air mobility. Trying to catch an airborne opponent with the Dacus is big risk.
thinking C4 kills off the top are going to be
Okay.
the way to do it.
Yeah.
So this time Yink just goes high, like does the ledge jump, goes over, and he does connect to the dare again, which
I don't know. That's what I always think.
I think
when
is
see a
something
snake on
that
the
better
stage, I'm
players would
they just
punish.
want to get that C4 kill.
Oh my goodness.
Ooh, that was good.
Oh.
See, that time he didn't like roll anything. He took advantage of Big E's expectation that he was just gonna like do a defensive thing, and he picked up a grenade and he dashed forward and shielded, which was an offensive maneuver with grenade exploding. So that's a good idea. Like the grenade, the timing of the explosion is no secret, but where you will be when the grenade explodes, that you can mix up a heck of a lot, and that is important.
Oh.
So that's good.
Oh,
That
He
he's
gets this nice
awkward.
fair. He actually gets a stick here. You can you can see it, and then it up tilts. Unfortunately, Yink sort of got interrupted by this
Oh.
teeter cancel on the forward air when I think he meant to fall him to the ground.
That-
He's
Dacus is-
comboing him so cool, yeah.
Again, this is like he gets a sticky and he gets counter hit. Down air might work. Probably. If you can stick, you can probably down air. And then down air leads into grab. Grab leads into sticky or forward air or something.
But
Yeah, taking a counter hit at this percent is see he's in the air again,
Sad that combo
Oh,
and he has to
nice
try to blow it up.
Wow, really close.
Late back air.
Sneaks it in there.
Could have put B off stage. All right, so the grenades coming through.
oh, he just runs into
It looked like he tried to like power shield the mine or something, but he just messed up.
mine, just like pretty much unprovoked.
Okay, so these grenades are actually
A lot of
pretty good
damage
here by
going
Yink.
Yeah.
Biggie had the lead.
Bad. It's not a terrible forward air, but I will call it a bad forward air because now you're in shield.
Hard, but
That's
Yeah,
tough.
it was like
He's bringing
80
it
to
back.
150, but now,
Okay,
dude,
Well.
look at these dash attacks. This is
so a
like
lot of grenade
the
damage
face
here,
of a man
but
who-
there aren't a lot of mines. Like if any of these grenades had been a mine, that could lead to like an edge guard, and eventually it's getting pretty close to killing. Probably will kill on PS2 low ceiling. Yeah, the one that was sort of toward the left didn't. Well, I mean, he ran into it, so it did what it was supposed to, I guess. But like when you have when Meta Knight's in the air, or when a lot of characters are in the air. So you have the top turn. He's blown up. It's probably better to like instead of pulling a grenade here, probably just put out a mine here, and like grab some stage
Dude,
control,
look at these dash attacks. This
and
is
then
like
pull your
the
grenade,
face of a man
and
who just
it
wants-
might be about to explode when Meta Knight has to land. Just like taking away more options than only the grenade can cover. More stage control.
It's a kill.
they're both
Small
just
optimization
over and
there.
over.
I like that lob.
Welcome to the arcade.
Yeah, it sort of gets him. Oh, that was
Oh,
almost
here's
really
the
nice.
samurai combo. Oh, no.
And that came from grenade lob.
Meta
So
Knight's side B into a
Yink doing a
kill.
decent job.
Yeah.
But yeah,
That's like
the
the-
hitboxes of Meta Knight will
Comes
beat the
version,
hitboxes of
dude.
Snake.
It's so saddening.
I know.
When you get hit
And
with
then, yeah, Yink really does not seem to like to pressure his opponent with the invincibility. Because that invincibility, that's time for you to like plant a mine and then like pressure their space. And like see how they want to try to reclaim stage control after that. But the mine makes it harder for them to reclaim stage control. Because, if you place it behind you, then suddenly like jumping over is, well, it's a bit more of a commitment because you have to go farther to find a safe landing spot, stuff like that.
side B and he just like up B's you off
Yeah.
the top right
He's like,
side.
wait a second, I hit you with
Okay,
the
so
side
tech
B.
chase. What was that grab off of? That was a missed air dodge, wasn't it? Not quite far back enough.
Yeah.
That's like PM's version, dude.
Okay,
So
so he's doing his thing here.
I know.
You get hit by the side B and he just
Yeah, missed air dodge. Okay, that's
like, up easy off the
that's
top
rough.
of
He's
the
like,
side.
wait a second, I hit
Jesus
you with the
Christ.
side B. Nice, good regrab. How long is this tech chase gonna go? Oh, it's done.
Wow, it's
Yeah, just that one grab. Suddenly, 61% off 75 off stage.
I don't know what to call
Just
those type
like,
of moves. It's like
dude, you took 99. You took 100% for missing a wave dash.
Look at
Like
the damage he's taking,
Yeah.
dude.
116, 129. Holy crap!
saving the combo moves.
Oh yeah, and then
Jab just
the
before
scared
the
roll.
floor.
Biggie sort of had the
Link
read there, but
moves, right?
Yeah, Link
gosh,
moves,
dude,
whatever you
man,
wanna
like
call it, that seems like a better term.
I didn't realize I watched the set like twice. I didn't realize
Getting
that
a lot of percent.
Dude,
this
oh
was
my-
all off. Like, okay, good photo, good photo. The commentators quite enjoyed that, but oh my gosh, this is a hard game. Like, he took 154% for missing a wave dash, and there's a certain amount of stuff he could have done, but that was pretty solid play by Big E, and like that just comes down to like, just fundamentally not missing wave dashes and stuff, and being calm and collected even when you do, and picking options that will maybe not lead to you being on off stage. Like, I used to play against this guy, this Marth guy, and there came a point where whenever he grabbed me and started tech chasing me at low percent, I was committed to tech rolling to center stage every time, because it was better than trying to like get around his downer off stage and dying at low percent to a spike. Like, regardless of how much percent if he tech chases me to 230 and up throws me, at least he didn't get an easy spike from the downer. So like, you might just tech in place, tech to center stage, like do everything you can to avoid getting off stage if this is costing you this much percent. It's, you gotta sort of look at the big picture.
Oh my god! What a play!
Okay.
That was so crazy.
I mean, granted, he was at 160 already,
Oh,
so
my-
it wasn't
oh,
a
that
big
was-
swing.
I think it was in there.
It secured the kill like it had to.
It definitely took the momentum.
Okay, good game with grenade. I've talked about that enough. Weird forward smash.
If he hadn't done that, it might have been.
That dash attack, I did not like that. Okay. So that dash attack's not bad. And then this is a bad one. Partially, it just won't. I don't think it's a great choice here in general. Also, it reverses. I think downer, because he missed the tech here. He missed the tech, right? Yeah, he missed the tech. You can see the little bounce on the green little shockwave. I would downer there, and I don't know if that's tech love or not, but I would choose downer.
Like, if he hadn't done that,
And
it might
then-
have been an opportunity for Big E to get like a huge amount of extra credit.
Exactly.
And now we're
He's
back off
getting it
stage.
Now, though.
See, like,
Yeah, like it's just.
oh my
those
gosh,
doubles are
this
just
is
so
this is like one of the reasons Meta Knight wins the matchup, is that like once you get off stage, it is so hard to get back on. So you have to make decisions that like minimize the potential of you getting off stage as much as possible, or if it looks like you're going to be off stage anyway, like if you're getting juggled, for instance, instead of tech chase, like you're getting juggled sort of at low percent, you're just like, okay, he's going to get me off stage, I'm going to DI down and away as early as I can, try to go low, try to mix him up, like tech the stage, do whatever I have to. Actually, I don't think I'm offering very good advice right with this right now. Let's keep moving.
Yeah.
I feel like Yink, like,
All right,
isn't,
good grenade
like,
pull,
he's
bad
like
roll, I
going
think.
above, and it's
Gotta
trying
watch
to
the
escape.
rolls.
Oh.
Okay, we'll call that a good forwarder. I'll do him some justice on the tally. These are sort of like aggressive forwarders that could get stuffed out by nairs, but they work. So
A lot of Big E's combos from above.
if
but
they
they're
work,
working.
keep
And
doing it until it
looks
doesn't
like
work.
The guy who just got bodied in the crew battle is
Or
gonna take it 2-0.
you just take the time it did work
Big Evie.
as a one-off, then
Wow, he's
don't
so
do it
good at
again.
aiming for the ledge.
But your opponent has to think about it
That's
still.
Such a tough angle to hit.
And you have to kind of react to what your
So actually, let's see. Yink got back to center stage. I missed that. How did that happen?
perceived.
Okay, good tech. Monkey Valley actually made a comment on this.
Wow, he's so good at aiming for the ledge. Joker's
He-
such a tough angle to
He
hit.
rolled twice. That's interesting.
He's so
So slow
good
get
at
up. Roll?
For the ledge.
Roll. Down tilt. I can't say that's a reliable strategy, but
It's such a tough angle to hit.
And you have to kind of react to what your percent you're at too, you know.
Okay. And
missed
yeah,
there.
that's not a bad choice,
Dude,
intentional or not.
Better for him.
200
But the
off
grenade,
top.
yeah, it starts to get the percent where you just can't avoid being killed by these explosives anymore.
Okay, he missed there.
Yeah.
Dude,
Might have even been better for him.
200 off the
Nah.
top.
Yeah, you might like sink a little lower and delay the cipher until you see him committing a little bit more to a direction, instead of going really high and just doing stuff like that. I don't know. That's sort of tricky because you basically have to touch ground, otherwise you're kind of dead like that. If you can't shield the grenade in time, you just die. So it might have just been better to like go for the left platform and pull grenades. You land on that and get your shield up, or something.
Well, this
Or
is
just
looking
commit fully to
really
landing
He
away.
only needs one more stock.
Yeah, Big E's been
Okay,
playing
Dacus
really
whiffs.
solidly. Every time he
Kind of
takes
weird
it,
shank.
he
Yeah.
plays.
So this looks like a confused Yink to me, or maybe a frustrated
Only
Yink.
needs
Like
one.
not intense, not fully.
Top.
There doesn't seem to be a plan
Well,
here.
this
Is what I'm
really
getting
Big
at.
E only
So he drops down,
needs
and then he dashes forward and wave dashes back. So he's burned a little bit of time,
one more stock.
and then he dacuses. Like you don't have to wave dash back. You're invincible. So just if you want to do something, do it fast. So this whiffs,
Yeah, Big E's
and then
been playing.
tries to like trank a multi-jump character, and it's not really even in range. Short hop trank. That's kind of weird. You can do like a landing trank if you're expecting your opponent to dash dance around your aerial as you come down. Like if you're trying to like space back airs and you realize your opponent is just going to dash dance around it, maybe you drift a little farther away and then trank instead of that, anticipating like the dash dance grab. But this is kind of just like a long range Hail Mary trank.
Solidly. Every time he
And then he goes, he jumps, and Arrow was eating him up for this in the Discord. Jumps full of grenade, gets up aired.
I think that's the best thing about his.
He sort of trades, but
Yeah.
he's taking 26% instead of really doing much meaningful. And then he's dash dancing here, and
And
he's
it's not
jumping.
really a
Yeah,
comp.
it's just what's the game plan? There's
Yeah.
so he's doing this like there's no mine. There's not a grenade. You're not really pressuring Big E necessarily. Like you're not under him in a position where you can throw out hitboxes. You could like maybe in this situation like put a mine under the right platform and then try to get underneath him, like and threaten that way. Like I don't know, like you got to figure out where you want to be, and this doesn't seem like it.
Exchange, and then in this long string, just continues to tear
And then
the
jumping on a
Yank
platform
out
again.
of momentum.
And it's not
Like
really a
Yink,
combo. It's
or
just
sorry,
sort
Big E
of,
takes some space
I'm
and
like
then
throwing out moves and
Yeah,
just
Yink
doing
goes to
the
the
bare
platform.
minimum to make sure that you can't do what you want to do.
Right. It's
Okay.
almost like, edge guarding a nest over.
so
and
that's pretty good. Getting the dare punish on the side B is pretty
Moves
good.
And
Yeah,
just
he's
doing
keeping
the
them
bare
off base.
minimum to make sure that you can't
Because
do
Big
what
E
you
sort of
wanna do.
overextends it.
Right.
That might have been good SDI to escape the forward air.
It's almost
So this recovery is sort of
like,
awkward.
edge guarding a
And
nest
then
over and over.
so what happens
Over
here?
and over.
He sticks him and
Exactly.
he techs to the left. Meta Knight's tech roll is short, man. It's pretty short.
Edge guarding a nest.
So he actually
over and over.
overshoots. So Sticky is not a bad choice here, I would say. Grab can work, and then you can thin air. You can maybe go for some down throw footstool cheese. I'm not sure. Maybe he tried that early in the crew battle, and I didn't see, and it wouldn't work again. But even Nair might not be a bad choice here to get Meta Knight off stage. Actually, you know what? I'm going to take that back. I think Yink made a good choice here in going for the sticky. Because Meta Knight's tech roll is bad, and he's probably going to tech in. Except he actually overshoots and whiffs this grab, which is heartbreaking. Because like all he had to do was kind of like dare, and then any other hit into C4 would have sealed the stock. But
He'll just
except
knock
his,
Yink to the edge of the stage. And
He actually sort of gets lucky.
And then Yink is also
They both down away from each other, but Snakes has a reverse hit, so
doing his part. He's doing like 50% on
You know, it
himself
works.
every combo.
okay. So finally we get some nice movement. Hooray! So this is nice. This is something that
back on.
And then Yink is also
I might
doing
think
his
of
part.
doing.
He's doing like 50% on himself every
you know
combo.
he gets this nice little wave on the platform, and then Beaver a grenade over the dash attack, and then he actually kind of baits this grab.
That's true.
So that's a really cool sequence. Stuff like that. I wish we could see more of that from
Alright.
Yink, like consistently.
Like,
That's
even
a
though
weird
he's at
downer.
61, there's still
Okay.
a lot of
This time he
game
gets the
for
stick.
Snake to play.
That's the stick he was looking for at the very beginning of game 1. Although you can also grab out of the situation if you're fast enough. You just like if the Meta Knight like
even though he's at 61, there's
yeah, it requires a pretty quick turnaround grab here, but you can grab Meta Knight out of this, or you like do another downer because that reaches lower, and then maybe like fish for the miss tech and because if they try to tech here and you down to them, then lay on the ground you might be able to like jab reset shrank, D4 grab stuff, woohoo, snake punishes, but so he just gets the stick. So I think that's sort of an unoptimized punish, but he's in a decent spot.
a lot of game for the Snake to play. And he's
Okay, he
getting
gets
a
the
pretty big
grab.
punish on,
Yep.
on Biggie right now.
Oh, bad dash attack. That's unfortunate.
But I guess it's not that much.
Okay. That looked actually like a really good spot for Yink for a second
Punish
there.
on Biggie right now. But I guess it's not that.
So he gets this little hit and runs away. That's a decent idea because there's a mine behind the player cam, Yink's player cam here on the left side. So he's so Biggie either has to go to the platforms or try to challenge Yink on the ground because there's a mine like blocking one of his approaches or one of his exits. So this is a really good spot for Yink, but he just kind of short hops and does nothing, and he gets downered, and I'm sad.
Biggie is stuck.
Is he? So that's
Another downer.
And that's his
Now
last
Yeah,
that's it.
that's
He's
okay.
done.
Yeah,
Biggie
fatal
takes it,
downer.
2-0.
Maybe I should have had a bad downer counter, but
That's it. He's done. Biggie takes it.
Yeah.
2-0.
so that's the set. How long have I been going on for? Goodness, like almost an hour. Holy moly! Okay, wow. Okay, so I should wrap this up, shouldn't I? Let's see. What are some major takeaways? Recovery mix-ups. I talked at length about those. Try to combo into grab on like Meta Knight and this sort of weight class, like fast followers especially, because a grab gives you a lot of control over like what you do next. Whereas downer and nair and stuff and other comboing hits and tech chases, they're decent and they can definitely work, but it requires a bit more work, like proper positioning and good reactions and such. So take the grabs where you can get them. Maybe there were a lot of situations where you opted for the stick very early in your combo, and that resulted in maybe a dropped combo or a missed opportunity later on, or you get counter hit or stuff like that. So you have to intelligently pick when you want to stick an opponent. Like at what point in the combo do you decide, okay, I have a decent chance of sticking without getting counter hit, and I can maybe still like use this situation to my advantage, even if I don't get like a true combo off of it. Like I've actually been ending some of my up throw chin grabs early at percents where if I up throw sticky, I can then tech chase. Like I'll, Meta Knight for example, I chin grab him, up throw 2 or 3 times maybe, and then I go for the short hop sticky, and then there are a lot of Meta Knights or characters that fall that fast will, like, I think you gotta test it in. It's not like a true tech chase setup, but like the up throw sets up for a tech chase at low percents, and then you have them stuck, and like Meta Knight has a bad tech roll, and he's trying to roll and do stuff like that, and you can cover stuff with Dacus or reaction stuff. So, intelligent sticks, yeah, recovery mix-ups. Tech flubs are just annoying. You know, you gotta practice, like identify the things that you were messing up in here. It says, I think I saw your comment about how you were playing bad in this set, but you know, just well, if you were playing bad, then do things that will help you not play as bad in the future. Like tech flubs are just something to work through. No shame in admitting that. Don't forward air when you shouldn't forward air. And I will sort of leave it to you as an exercise of deciding when it's not a good time to forward air. But hint, hint, if it's not out of a combo, it's probably not a good time. Or like if he isn't sleeping and stuff from a trank. Yeah, generally, right. I would say, as like future criteria, spaced forward air on shield can be safe if you've done a cipher and you need to like land really quickly and you just start a retreating forward air. That can be all right sometimes. Out of a combo, it's great. Out of up throw, it's great. On a tranked opponent at 150 is great. Recovering as a mix-up, it can be great. It got you a kill there in that game too, if the opponent is not expecting it. I don't see many other uses for dare or for forward dare outside of like cheese edge guards. So, in neutral especially, and in situations where you have better punish options available, don't forward dare. I think that kind of covers the themes. Yeah, how about? I mean, there's a million different ways you can really go in depth and dissect little bitty details you can improve here. I mean, we can all do that, but I would say the three major things that let's call it four. Let's call it four things to work on. Five. Okay, I maybe should have planned this a little bit better, but I'll say five things real quick. I know this is just sort of like a still screen in my head talking, so I'll try to wrap this up. Five things to focus on. Choosing better spots to not forward air or not forward air in. Choosing better spots to stick or not stick in. Work on avoiding like bad panic landing downers, recovery mix-ups, and what was the last thing? I swear I had another thing. Tech clubs, yeah, just take the time to warm up before a set, and practice that on your own, I guess. That's kind of general and something that people already know, but it's worth reminding people about because people forget. People think they're hot stuff and they don't need to practice tech, but they do. So, I've been talking for a heck of a long time, and so I hope this has been helpful because I spent a lot of time on it, and it's fun. I enjoy helping people learn about stuff and like forcing people to slow down, understand their mistakes. It can get tedious and it can be painful, but it's ultimately good. And I kind of wish I had someone to do it for me. But yeah, I should actually shut up and stop talking. So, Yink, I hope this is helpful to everyone else who's watching. I hope it was good. Yeah, this is Flashing Fire. Thanks for sticking around for 59.5 minutes. Holy cow. All right. Goodbye.